Hello. I think we're live. Well, let me check on my end. Am I live yet? Let's take a look. How are you, everyone? How's your Chinese New Year celebration, or rather, your Chinese New Year holiday? Right. So it's awesome. We are finally ending our long holiday and getting back to work. I don't know about you, man, but I'm definitely feeling excited about it. So, so looking forward to get back to work. All right, I think we're live. Okay, so let me. Cool. I can hear myself loud and clear. So, all right. So, I totally understand that today we may not have many people joining us live because essentially today is the 8th day of Chinese New Year celebration, and tonight especially is very important for um, those Hokkien people, those who are Hokkien ethnic. What's up, GY? Yeah, hot! I can hear the fireworks everywhere right now. So I think you guys are probably getting ready for the prayers and all that. So um, basically, I would just go through because okay, now for those who are new to this, right? This is what we do regularly every week, and I actually took a break last week because it was the first day of Chinese New Year, or last Sunday. So basically, that's what we do every Sunday night. I go live for half an hour over here like this, answering questions for anything that you have in mind or any challenges that you are facing when it comes to Facebook advertising and digital marketing. I also cover general digital marketing stuff like YouTube marketing, YouTube advertising, TikTok advertising. So I may not have the answers for every questions you have, but I will do my best to actually help you. So how do you actually participate in this live session is actually very straightforward. All right. If you have any questions at all, I would recommend that you go to my YouTube channel. So I actually have posted over 900 videos on my YouTube channel. Mainly, most of the videos are about me answering questions like this. So try to find if you can actually see any videos related to your question. Okay, hopefully I have answered your question before, but if you can't find anything, all you need to do is to actually post your questions as a comment on any video on my YouTube channel, any video. All right, and that's how I can actually pick them up, and I would actually answer them over here on Sunday night. So if you post on Monday, just come back on the following Sunday night to listen to my answers. But if you can join me live like this, that would be the best. You see, you can actually ask me any questions when you are here for half an hour. Yeah, so that's what we do. I mean, the reason why I don't reply to your comment, please don't take me wrong, I'm not being cocky here. It's just that things are a little bit complicated when it comes to technical stuff like Facebook advertising and digital marketing. I'll prefer to answer your questions live verbally like this. Okay, so if you like what we do, right, I've been doing this for 108 weeks now. This is the episode 108. So you can actually share this to anyone that might find this useful. Just invite them to join over. It's free anyway, right? So just do this, right? Okay, now we don't have a lot of questions last week, but basically I just want to quickly go through all of them. But when we are doing that, feel free to post your comment over here, as post your questions in the comment. So I don't worry, you're not the lone marketer. For now, we have about 10 odd people going live now on various platforms. Not too bad. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Whoever you are from, I mean, wherever you are from, just drop me and drop a hi so that I know that you're with me. And then if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing, feel free to pop in a comment. Right, I will come back to the questions over here after I finish all the questions I have captured on my YouTube channel. All right. So yeah, the war zone started hours ago. So yeah, you guys have fun for those who are actually having fun. So just enjoy. Yeah, it's another round of fireworks over there. It's cool, right? So let's bring them up. Okay, so this show is called Ask Jason Anything. It happens on my YouTube channel as well as my other Facebook platforms like Facebook group, Facebook page, and also yeah. But mainly, I would prefer if you can post your questions on my YouTube channel. That'll be very useful. So this is how the question looks like, right? So yeah. So if you post questions as a comment, I'll be bringing them over like this. So Harvey is asking a question. Now this is a video about me explaining the differences between personal TikTok ad account and TikTok Business Center. Now, actually, what TikTok is trying to do is very similar to Facebook. They're trying to have personal level of business assets and the organizational level of business assets, very similar to our Facebook ads, which is we have personal Facebook ad account and we have Facebook Business Manager, which is not the same as Meta Business Suite. We just have to differentiate these things. But anyway, essentially it's the Business Manager and the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, when it comes to TikTok, they name it Business Center and the TikTok Ads Manager. Now, basically, you can do almost the same thing on both platforms, just that when you are actually doing it as a business center, inside the business center, you are actually building a business, so-called group kind of assets together. And very similar to Facebook. Facebook would treat these kind of accounts a little bit more seriously. You get a little bit more support. I believe TikTok is trying to do the same. So I would say, since we are starting fresh, I would always recommend to start with a more proper foundation and like structure. So that's why I always recommend to start with the TikTok Business Center. But that's not carved on the stone either way. And so Javier is asking, you don't understand the difference between the advertiser's account and the TikTok account on the Business Center. So you have a TikTok account, which you change from personal to business to connect it with the Business Center. It's not under the TikTok account and not the advertiser account. And you can't create ad for it. I don't understand. This is not supposed to be, because essentially you'll be able to create ads on both platforms. But what I understand here is TikTok has got a little bit different setup, to be frank. And I'm actually coaching one client on TikTok advertising. Certain things can get very complicated, especially you have TikTok Shop. That's the problem. So we actually spent close to about 2 hours navigating all these things, and it was not very straightforward. And at certain point, TikTok doesn't have a very clear documentation on these things. So I would not be able to really understand the situation that you are having. But I would suggest the easiest way to resolve this is, when you actually have all this set up, if you believe everything is pretty set up properly, I would recommend that you reach out to TikTok support. They may not be that prompt in terms of replying, but they do reply nonetheless. You can actually try to ask them if there is any workaround to solve your problem. Because I'm not sure what situation you're facing. Because to be frank, I don't spend as much time on TikTok ads as much as I have on Facebook advertising, or rather Meta advertising. So I may not have encountered your situation before, but I would recommend that you go through and try to reach out to TikTok support first. But if you need help, just in case if you want to actually, want me to look at it, together to discuss what could be the possible problem, and hopefully we can find a solution. You can actually scan this QR code and buy me a coffee. We can spend half an hour together. Because this is for you to ask me anything. It's whether it's Facebook advertising, TikTok advertising, YouTube advertising. I'll do my best to look at your situation to give you my recommendations about possible solutions. So like I would say, I mean, I have to answer for everything, but I'll do my best. But at least based on my experience, I would be able to point you to the hopefully the right direction to start, at least to solve the problem. All right. So that's what we can do. But nonetheless, Haviv, start with, reaching out to TikTok first. That would be a very good start. Okay. Now that's the first question we have. It's about TikTok. And then the second question we have is coming from Frog the Rapper. And he was commenting on my first video. This is the very, very old training that I did many years back. And thank you for watching the video. But he's asking, can you make some videos on TikTok ads as well? Well, thank you so much for the suggestion. But at the moment, I may not have time. But I can actually put that into my to-do list. I probably would do a quick, because the training that you're actually looking at right now is a very fundamental training that is really for total beginners to help you understand what is Facebook advertising and stuff like that. But here's what I think. You may not really need another fundamental training about TikTok advertising, because fundamentally, I would say it's actually very similar to Meta advertising or Facebook advertising, or rather, Instagram advertising as well, which we are very familiar with. Because I think what we really need to understand is the essential of digital advertising. Like I always say, what's the difference between Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and YouTube ads, or rather Google ads? Now, first thing first, you have to understand what kind of advertising format is that. Like, I always say Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising, and TikTok advertising, these are more on push advertising, whereby that kind of advertising is where we totally actively reach out to our potential audience by with all the targeting options you have available, which is quite different on each platform. And then we try to pinpoint our audience behavior and demographics, and we try to reach out to them by sending our message their way. So for this kind of push advertising, all we need to take care of is really to understand the audience behavior, and then after that to understand the mechanism and to try to target for the best objective. Like Facebook advertising, one thing you really have to understand is the objective. Similar to TikTok advertising and YouTube is a little bit different, but when it comes to push advertising, it's always about sending the right message to the right people and get them to take the right action. These are the three main pillars for all. All right, so you have to send the right message, that being the creative, to the right people, that being the audience targeting, to take them to get them to take the right action, that being the objective that you're selecting. That's why all these three pillars are important, equally important. I would say, they are equally important. Yeah, so you have to really try to figure out these three main platforms. That's why it's not about the audience, it's not about the creative, it's not about the objective, it's about three things that works together. So that you have to understand as a fundamental, and eventually when you know that concept as a base, it's very easy for you to navigate these kind of push advertising platforms. It's actually not that very difficult. Yeah, so if you go through this the fundamental training that I have for you, I always recommend that you get started by running ads. All right, once you run some ads, you get better understanding about the whole thing, and eventually you build your own concept and mindset about everything that you're looking at, and eventually you'll be able to build your kind of like framework to do things. And once you have that, it's very easy to apply on all platforms. So yeah, no training can actually teach you everything you need. You just have to do it yourself. If you agree with me, I mean, that's the best way to learn, by practicing, isn't it? Right. So Frog the Rapper, thank you so much for the suggestion. And I'll do my best to see what I can do. And by the way, if you want to learn anything from me, I would recommend that you sign up for any free training that I have on my website. I have quite a few, but fundamentally, I think there are a couple of them. But anyway, you can actually go to my website, trevacademy.com, and look for any courses that might be suitable for you. I mean, whether it's paid or free. Then you'll be able to enter and join my mailing list, and I'll be sending you information about my latest trainings whenever I have them. But by the way, speaking of which, right, I have a training for you guys. For everyone who are running ads on Shopee, Lazada, Tokopedia, or any e-commerce marketplace. All right, because as we know, since the pandemic, a lot of people started selling on marketplaces like Shopee, Lazada, and all that. And I am actually famous for teaching people how to run Facebook ads for all these platforms. So whether you have CPAS or not, I actually previously I separate two courses. One is for Facebook ads for Shopee without CPAS. The other one is Facebook ads for Shopee with CPAS, which is a very advanced CPAS strategy that we'll discuss. But now I'm actually combining these two, and I'm going to run an updated version of this strategy that I have for Facebook ads for Shopee and Lazada. Okay, and it also applies to Tokopedia. Whether you have or do not have CPAS, I'll be teaching you the latest techniques or strategies that I'm using. I mean, rather my coaching clients are using to run effective Facebook ads for their Shopee or Lazada store. If you want to learn that, it's gonna happening. It's coming up on this. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, 31st of January, the last day of January, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Malaysia time. So scan this QR code and sign up for it, and I'll see you on Tuesday. But by the way, Jason Nation members get to join for free. Yeah, so you guys should have received the email about this. But for those who are interested to know more about Jason Nation, it's inner circle membership that I have for my community that I do weekly contact. I mean, I do weekly live answering more in-depth questions with them and more things to do. So you can actually reach out to me for more info about Jason Nation. But for now, if you are Shopee sellers, Lazada sellers, I would strongly recommend that you join this training coming up on the 31st of 31st of January. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, now then we have Ayub. Okay, now Are you posted the questions on how to contact Facebook ad support? So you do not see the contact support team, please help. I create an ad and everything. Okay, my friend, are you? Here's what I think. Okay, I would say not all accounts gets the support. Okay, I would say for now, if you follow the steps that I have in this video and you can't find the support, you probably have to wait a little bit and start running ads a little bit. Maybe you got to build a little bit on your account, then only you probably will be given access to that feature. I can't do anything to help you to get the feature. I'm so sorry about that, because there is no way I can add feature to your ads manager or your business manager, because yes, there are certain features that may not be accessible to every Facebook advertiser. So if you have issue with that, I'm sorry, I won't be able to help you. Yeah, so that's the sad thing, seriously. But I would say, since you already started running ads, and if you have kind of like, just go through that, because to be frank, if you have no issue running your ads, what's the reason you want to reach out to them? You get what I mean? If you have no issue with that, I mean, what's the reason you want to reach out to them? But if you have some issues, like for example, I mean, the latest, so-called, not the latest, it's been around for like years now. I mean, like if you have ad account disabled, if you have personal profile disabled and all that, you don't need to reach out to them. They will reach out to you and say that, hey, you are being disabled. These are the buttons to click to actually review and all that. So that's how it works. But if you actually need help about your account issue, all right, that I probably can give you a viable solution that can help. But I would definitely have to look at your situation first to see whether it's your ad account ban, it's your profile ban, or it's your entire business manager toast. So if you are facing account issue that you are disabled or whatnot, you can actually scan this QR code, buy me a coffee, and we should be able to, like, I will be able to probably look at your situation and give you recommendations about what you can do next. What are the right ways to do to navigate whatever situation that you have in order to probably get you started running ads again and stuff like that. So that's where you can actually scan this QR code, buy me a coffee, and we can do that together. Okay. Yeah, I hope I answered the question, because to be frank, I need more context about your situation. But like I said, if you have no issue, if your ad account and everything is running okay, why would you want to contact the support, right? Okay, right. So that's that. Ayu, thank you so much. And the next question we have is coming from Marivi Nadal. Okay, Marivi. She posted this question on my video about account identity confirmation fail. Okay, so then she actually posted the situation that she's having, which is like, is there anything you can do if identity confirmation fail? Your access can't be reinstated because too much time has passed since we restricted your account. Okay, now here's this. I believe you are actually being disabled and you probably didn't really receive the notification on time. And for now, you know what happened? If Facebook says your account is restricted and whatnot, right? You actually need to really take action promptly, as in like really fast. I think they used to give 30 days. I think now it's about 7 days. But I would say once you receive any message from Facebook, first verify whether it's really from Facebook. Check the email domain and all that to see whether it's really coming from Facebook. Do not fall into any spams, right? Do not click any link that looks suspicious. That's the first thing you need to do, right? And then after that, log into your account and look at whatever situation you are having right now. Follow the steps. They always give you what to do. Follow the steps. Do it promptly within 7 days. Once you receive the email, do it at once. Follow the steps, whatever it is they ask you to do. Submit. Usually it's about submitting ID, verifying your identity and stuff like that. The reason why they do that is mainly they want to really make sure it's really human running ads for businesses. So nowadays, I see more cases where, like those laymen that never run ads before they got disabled. This is totally stupid. But then again, it happens, right? I understand this is totally funny. I don't understand why Facebook is doing that, or rather the AI is doing that. But hopefully they will resolve this issue real soon, because I was told by my account manager, that they're trying to roll out something more user-friendly or whatnot for you to resolve these issues, and hopefully they have a new system and all that. But anyway, if you have that kind of situation, it's totally understandable. You just have to follow the steps, and then after that, yeah. But if you actually come to a point where you can't confirm anymore because they give you a duration, if you don't do that, you won't be able to do that anymore. I would give you a few suggestions. First, you can try to reach out to them, yeah, via contact. You can actually watch the previous video that I think Ayub was referring to, or the other one. Try to see whether you have the option to contact Facebook to try to talk to them and say that, hey, I need this thing. But then again, if you can't, now then you have two choices. One choice is if you do not need to run ads, right? I've got a couple of cases where they came to me, but bought me a coffee and all that, and then they just want reassurance that they are okay. You see, like if you do not run ads and you do not have plan to run ads in foreseeable future, you are absolutely okay. To be frank, it doesn't affect your account posting daily, you're making friends, or you're commenting and whatnot. It doesn't affect that. It's just that your account is not allowed to run ads for now. But if you need to do that, then listen the steps properly. First, get somebody else to borrow you their profile. As in, like, this profile can't be. Do not create a new Facebook profile to do that. Get somebody else to borrow you their profile to do that, okay? And then after that, create a business manager, create a Facebook page, create an account, and run ads right away. Sometime down the road, you'll be prompted to submit your ID, your ID or account. And then once you go through that, everything will be okay. Now, on your side, create a new profile, right? Well, since you can't do anything much, right? Create a new profile, posting regularly and all that for at least 2 months or more, and at the same time, using your friends' whatever profile that created a business manager and whatnot to start running ads and continue running ads. 2 months later, you can actually add yourself back into the business manager as a full admin. Well, down the road, there will be some point that you'll be prompted to submit ID. Just go through whatever they ask you to do, and everything should be okay. I mean, a lot of people use this route to actually at least navigate, at least to get things up and running again, and that's been working fine for them. But then again, these are very situational. So those are the steps. But if you need help, Marivi, you can actually scan this QR code as usual. You can buy me a coffee, and we can spend half an hour looking into your situation, and I'll give you more personalized recommendation by looking at what's really happening to you and tell you that, okay, now this is what you do, this is what you do. But nonetheless, those were my advice. Follow them. Hopefully they can solve. But if not, scan this QR code, buy me a coffee, and we can meet for half an hour over Zoom to look at your situation. Okay? So that's Marivi. And then we have LK. LK has a very interesting comment that I do not really understand, because she commented on my video about steps to create Facebook ads for mobile apps installs. Now, when it comes to Facebook ads for anything, I mean, one thing that really happened, one important thing that happened recently was they reshuffle or reorganize or recategorize, or rather regroup the Facebook ads objective. But fundamentally, Facebook ads can really help you achieve a lot of things, such as getting conversions for your website, getting leads, getting traffic, or even for this case, getting mobile app installs. I would say mobile apps installs, I mean, if you're using Meta ads and including Facebook and Instagram ads to drive mobile app installs, probably still one of the most important places you need to conquer and get right, because most people are still navigating on these social media platforms. But then again, when it comes to running ads for mobile apps, it's not as straightforward. There are a few things you need to get right. For example, you need to get an SDK installed. You need to get everything connected and all that. Definitely not straightforward, my friend. Okay? Just like LK mentioned, it's not straightforward. But nonetheless, nothing is straightforward in life, right? But I would say we just have to navigate whatever that is necessary. That's why when you say it's not straightforward, probably it's because you're not familiar with that. But I would say if you need help, you can always reach out to any experts out there or watch more videos out there. But we can't be stopped by, just having the situation that is not straightforward. I mean, we just have to move on, right? We have to progress, and we have to just navigate. So I hope you found your way. But if you need help, I do offer coaching and all that. You can actually reach out to me for all that. But then again, I would suggest at this point of time, just do your homework and start practicing and start doing, running ads, whether on either platform that you're having right now. And well, practice makes perfect. You can't just learn and not doing anything, and it would definitely not make you more savvy in doing whatever you want to do. So yeah, always everything starts with not straightforward, not familiar, not easy, but we just have to start somewhere. So LK, okay, so that's for you. And yeah, so basically for anyone who's watching this, if you need help, you see, like, I understand when I'm answering these questions like this, I may not be able to cover every topic, and sometimes I may not be really getting the whole idea of what you're mentioning or what you're talking about. So I would say it's a lot better if we can actually spend time together to look at and to answer your question personally. So if you want my airtime, this is where you can buy me a coffee and we can spend half an hour together to look at whatever questions or whatever situation that you have. And, definitely hopefully we can actually find solutions to whatever problems that you're solving. So, you're having. So scan this QR code, buy me a coffee, and we can do that together. Now, I've got some questions coming from, this is, I can't see your name, sorry. So, yeah, you're saying, how's it going on? It's great. It's New Year, of course. It's awesome, right? So yeah, how do you see 2023 EBIS? I'm not sure what do you mean by EBIS. Probably you're talking about e-commerce or online digital marketing. I would say it's definitely getting more and more exciting because, well, platforms getting more competitive, and like tools and features getting more robust and stabilized, and with the development of AI and all that, now that we have ChatGPT, it's going to disrupt definitely the copywriting industry and all things AI and all that coming in. I'm actually very excited about things to come. And of course, some people will say that it's going to be catastrophic because some people are going out of business because it's going to kill some jobs and all that. That's part of evolution, but I would say human can never be replaced fully by AI, but just that we have to really up our level and try to, not just like, for example, we shouldn't be just look at copywriting as copywriting. We need to start looking at the strategy that we have and connecting multiple platforms and all that. And it's at this point of time, at least I see, especially strategy or planning and especially connecting the dots and all that may not be that easily replaced by AI, but I would say it's awesome. I'm actually looking at a time where this is probably another boom with the 5G in place and platforms getting more powerful, and with this metaverse and all this AI coming in, digital advertising is gonna be it's just gonna be like more and more exciting and more. I don't know, it's just exciting. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited about what's to come. Just that when it comes to businesses, if that's the question that you have, my opinion is I think definitely everybody must level up. Like with the rate or with the like the speed of this evolution that is taking place, you can never stay still, and you can never be contented with whatever you are having right now. I would say whatever work, we used to say whatever worked yesterday doesn't work now. I probably would say whatever worked a few minutes ago may not work now, because there's so many things are changing so fast, including user behavior. So yeah, staying in touch and keep leveling up is really the most important thing. You may say that I have a framework that is working right now, but my question is, if it stops working right now, what's your next plan? That's why one of the things that I always advocate is we shouldn't be just looking at one platform. One of the things that I've been doing in the past 1 year, at least for the past 1 year or so, is I've been trying to diversify my revenue source. And you can't just rely, like last time I used to spend a lot of time and money on Facebook advertising to grow my business, but that will come to a kind of like a bottleneck. So I started to look at I was growing my YouTube, my Google, of course, the SEO part, and now I have a very strong Fiverr presence, and all these are things that are digital marketing, but it's not as straightforward as just advertising. But when it comes to digital marketing, there are so many elements involved, and you need to have a very kind of like well-planned strategy to conduct and grow your business from multiple perspectives. That's why if you're relying only on Facebook advertising or Google advertising or whatever, just mainly one, I would just say that what if it stops working? What's your next plan? That's why building multiple front end and entry point for your business is really one of the things that I believe every business should do, especially if you're an expert. well, that's something that you can do so much easily, and it's so powerful if you do it right. So yeah, so that's what I think. But for businesses, diversifying and leveling up, I would say, is the key. Yeah, so that's what I think. I hope I answered the question. I can't see your name, but thank you so much for joining me. And yes, also I can't see your name, but yeah, practice makes perfect. That's very correct. So yeah, so that's what we do, and yeah, that's what I do every Sunday night, answering questions for half an hour. I totally enjoy this weekly session, and if you have any questions, like I say, post your questions as a comment on any of my YouTube videos, and I'll be capturing them and answering them on the following Sunday. But of course, if you can join me live, I'm definitely happy to talk to you. All right, so that's what we have for today. Okay, and thank you so much for joining me. Well, I'll see you next Sunday. And for those who are celebrating, go have fun and have a great week ahead. Thank you. See you next week. Good night. Bye.